Hey, long time no talk. Over half a year, in fact. Now, you might have noticed this is not a devlog about volatile. As the logo will indicate, this game is called Bellhop. This may or may not be the final version of the logo. So, what happened to volatile? Why am I working on this game? Well, let me tell you while I show you some footage of the level being designed in the background. In short, working on volatile, I realized that it's taking a lot of dedication for a game that is being worked in my off hours. I have a full-time job, so unfortunately I can't dedicate my 9 to 5 to game making just yet. So late September, early October, I discovered that with everything that I've learned while working on volatile, I could make a smaller game and faster that will give me that feeling of accomplishment after finishing and releasing a game. And the game that I released is called Up and Away. I worked on it for about a month and a half in full-time hours, and the game is available right now on Steam for about $3. It's $3 American and your regional equivalent. And that got me thinking, what if I release smaller games while I still chip away at volatile in the background? Because one, it'll keep giving me motivation to keep going. It'll serve as, somewhat small funding while I work on bigger projects, and I'll feel good about it. And now that I've released Up and Away, and I'm working on Bellhop, I am starting to stream more and documenting the progress more. Hopefully some of this will help other independent game developers, and maybe it will serve as a small little journal for me to look back on. So what's this game about? Well, if you know anything about the hotel industry, you'll know that a bellhop just takes care of the clients that come in. I guess you could call them clients. Bringing them various items, making sure that everything runs smoothly, that their concerns are met. And this game is based on my partner's experiences working at a hotel as a bellhop. She gave me the idea as the second small game to work on, and that's where this was born. The gameplay will consist of you, the character, the bellhop in question, getting requests from clients after they check in. You'll see a little pop-up above their door showing you what item they need, and you'll need to go and fetch that item. It's similar in idea to Overcooked, except instead of a co-op game, it's going to be single player only. And instead of isometric view, it's going to be a side scroller. This is the only level in the game, essentially, the hotel side view, but it's going to change between levels. I'm attempting, or at least the idea is now, that the levels will go through the seasons, something similar to what Kiwi has done. You can tell I've played quite a few co-op games, and I've played them with my partner, and that's where some of these ideas are coming from. So you'll go through the seasons, and the seasons will affect some of the dynamics of the levels. These are just some ideas that I may implement, but for example, maybe you'll have a leak at some point that will develop from floor to floor and make its way down, and that'll make it slippery for you to walk on. And you'll drop items, so you'll have to jump over puddles. Or during a heavy storm, during the winter, the roof will break and cause a blockage, so you will have to access the rooms a different way. I'm toying around with some ideas because seeing as this is a small game that I plan on finishing within a couple of months, I have to make sure that I don't creep scope. That is to say, I don't add too much to my plate that I will not be able to finish in time. Because that's exactly what happened to Volatile. I want to make Volatile the way that I want to make it, but that's going to require a lot more time than I thought I'd be sinking into it. And that's not the goal for these smaller games, like Up and Away and now Bellhop. Luckily, it doesn't look like this one will get away from me, because as you can see in the background, I managed to get the player movement and the elevators working within one sitting. It was a 3-hour sitting that I've shortened for this video, but I managed to get that done in one sitting. So the character moves left to right, you press up to engage with the elevators, and you keep the key pressed in order to keep moving upwards. It'll stop at the top floor, and you press down to go down the elevators. And space to jump, which will require a little bit more finesse in how I code that, but that's for later me to worry. And the last bit of control required will be pressing E to interact with different items. So for example, to pick up something, you'll press E. To drop it off at a door, you press E. To drop it, I guess, if you're not at a specific door, you press E. Because maybe you'll want to prioritize a different client's need over another's. So maybe you'll switch mid through. Be like, okay, I don't want to deliver these batteries to this person. I want to do the towel instead because their need is going down faster or something of the sort. Anyway, that's an early look at Bellhop, and the next devlog will share more of the character design, maybe the animation, the title screen, at least part of it, and I'll go from there. I want to keep a better log of this game than I have in the past. With all that being said, I bid you farewell until next time. I'm going to try to keep these weekly, so see you next week, maybe. Adios.